Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bowman here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Planescape Torment, and we are inside the Brothel of all places. Continuing to talk to the... I think they're still calling themselves prostitutes, but it's not the kind of brothel you would, you're thinking of. So, let's continue on.
All right.
This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Greetings. The smiling young woman curtsies gracefully and looks up to you, smiling. Well met, good sir. I'm Nenny, and how are you this fine... She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh my, you're hurt. She blinks. All over. Mort spins around, mocking the girl's obliviousness. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. Only slightly. I'll be alright. She nods quietly, lowering her hand. I had some questions. Huh? She can't seem to tear her eyes away from your scars. Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I am named Nenny. She makes a little curtsy. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel for the slating of intellectual lusts. She returns to staring at your body. You have tattoos under those scars too. What's that one? She points to one of your tattoos. That one's looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink. I think that's ink. She squints at the tattoo, then reaches out to touch it. I think that's ink. She traces a finger around the edge of a tattoo. Is it ink? And what a pattern. Look at the way the lines intersect here. She touches the center of the tattoo. That's simply amazing. She pushes her lips and frowns in disappointment. I could make it out better if there wasn't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars. They're permanent. Oh, I'm sorry. Pox me for even mentioning them, she cringes. But I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're alright? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain. None of the physical variety, really. Oh, are you hurt inside? In the head? She claps her hands eagerly. Mayhap I can help. In fact, I know I can. Part of the training is to learn how to draw hurt from others. My mistress says that I may draw pain from a wound and bring it out into oneself, but nothingness. I can help. May I try? Please say yes. Yes, please do. Then he clasps her hands and makes to rest them lightly on your forehead. As she draws near, As she draws near, you notice Nenny's skin is lightly perfumed with the scent of lilac. She rests her gloved hands gently upon your forehead and closes her eyes. She hums lightly to herself. You can feel a faint warmth spreading throughout your body. Thanks. That felt nice. Sure, so glad I could help. Nenny beams at you. She seems ready to burst with joy. I had a question. Please ask, she smiles. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nenny. Oh, but I don't know if she's a thief. Nenny bites her lip and looks at you with peeling eyes, as if she just wishes you'd leave the topic alone. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, all right. Nenny puts her hands on her hips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Ooh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment, then looks at you out of the corner of her eye, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? No, not really. Nenny frowns. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. She looks up at you, depressed. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Why don't you practice on me? I suppose I could try. You big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie? She looks at you. How is that? Put more accent on the brute. You mean... big nasty brute? Better, now hit me. Then he claps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't, I mustn't, she blinks. How does one hit somebody anyway? Go ahead, do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nanny slaps you, barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened she hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry, did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break your character, Nanny. Come on, just show me what you've got. You can say something bad, just let it out. Oh, I mean, oh, Nanny draws her tiny frame in its full height, balls her hand into fists and puts them on her hips and scrunches her face up into a cute scowl. Oh, damned be you. Do you deserve that for all the indigenities you put me through? Going out late at night, her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are all the kids going to think, Excellent. Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some backlicker looking for your approval. I am my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out on your life unless I get some solid commitment. Alright, that's enough of you, Nanny. Nanny punches you. You barely feel it. Take this, she punches you again. And this, she punches you again, promptly turning into a little fist-flailing world. Okay, time to let go of the anchor. Nanny sighs tiredly. Whew, that was easier than I thought. No kidding. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. So excited I've learned something new. Thank you. Sure, I have a question now. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be?
Journal.
Maybe. I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. No, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person, and that sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. That's all I wish to know. Farewell, Nenny. Let's see. The striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper. A translucent white dress held precariously by golden clasps is draped carefully over her shapely form. Greetings. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. I had some questions. She nods. Who are you? She smiles and curtsies, but offers no response. Can you speak? She shakes her head and smiles sadly at you.
Updated my journal.
I love this shit already. Can you write then, or pantomime? She pouts, shaking her head. May I ask why you can't communicate? She sighs softly and nods. Actually, let me ask you something about something else. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? She shakes her head, shrugging, and gives you an apologetic look. I don't know how to help her. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. Greetings. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes, come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, strumming behind my partition, like so rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound, like a slight breeze or hissing of serpents. Whoa, creepy shit. My apologies, my lady. I wasn't sure if someone was here. The woman gives a slight humph, but it would seem there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way, then? Not just yet. I had some questions. Ask. Why do you remain behind this screen? Is it your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Marissa laughs, and there is the sound of scales sliding on scales. Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me, and doubtless suits you well. Why is it so dark in here? To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it that you want? I want you to come into the light. Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now what do you want? Surely you did not come all this way to see me. I do want to see what you look like. You have no such want. Oh, I do. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. You're a human male? Yes. Are you wounded in the throat? Yes. Describe yourself for me. I'm tall, muscular, and horribly scarred. Indeed. She pauses for a moment. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I do not wish to know. Now describe yourself for me. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made up of writhing asps, and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. Are you a fiend?
Updated my journal.
Marissa laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing. No, hardly, though. I've powers some might call fiendish. My glance turns living things to stone, for instance. From beings of flesh to a statuary with the bat of an eyelash. That must be inconvenient at times.
My journal.
You think so? That must be why I sit here alone in the dark, hiding behind a apparition. Though you can't see Marissa, you're certain she's sneering. She suddenly sighs. If only I knew where my crimson veil had gone. Have you seen it, perchance? No, what's it for? Is it just a normal veil? She sighs quietly. Not quite. It aids me in communication, face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Enough with these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying are you? Now what do you want? Just some questions. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute?
Updated my journal.
Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once. Through her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask Delora of her. She made friends of the old lover of Echoes, I heard. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? No, I've not a clue. I was told you were sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected to her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Mercer says nothing, though an angry hissing issue from the darkness around her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me nor in my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. I had other questions. Never mind. Whoa.
I'm gone.
This grayish-white stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with light. Something was once inscribed into its base, but the writing has been scorned away.
Updated my journal.
This translucent indigo stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with a deep blue light. Inscribed into its base is the word Juliet. This brilliant red stone, held in a mesh engraved in silver bands, pulses with fiery crimson light. Inscribed into its base is the word Nenny. This translucent green stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with green light. Inscribed into its base is the word Echo. The bluish-purple stone, inscribed into its base in the word Vivian. This violet stone pulses with deep purple light, inscribed as Marissa. This translucent bluish-white stone, held with silver bands, pulses with soft blue light. Inscribed as Kasai Series. This reddish orange stone held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with orange light. Inscribed with Dolora. This amber-colored stone held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with a soft yellow light. Inscribed in the space of the words Camaxis Andertung. This clear stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with a brilliant inner light. Inscribed into the base is the word Eves. But that one doesn't have one, huh? Interesting. The wild-looking tiefling girl meets your gaze with an angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered by only a narrow leather thong, a black cloth brazier, and armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as a decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white, and numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostrils, lips, and brow. She wears a leather collar around her throat with the inscription Camaxis Addertongue. Greetings. She bares her teeth at you. And just what are you looking at, you banged-up sod? My friend thought you were attractive, but whoa, was he ever horribly mistaken? She sneers at Mord, then looks below him, where a body would normally be. A sharp tongue for a stemless deader. Like, I'd let mine anywhere near if I had one. What did you hear the word brothel and think you could make some jink here, you flea-bitten gutter whore? Ha, can't believe they even let you in the door with all those ticks hopping off your shaggy legs. Ticks, the only annoying insect around here is you. She suddenly turns to you. Hey, you here to talk to me or what? Yes, I had some questions. She rolls her eyes. What makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? My tongue's not wet enough, and I don't like hair in my mouth. Well, you seem like the taste of an offal in your mouth, you dung-breathed cretin. Only because it's like kissing you, you mangy stinkpot. Kiss me, she makes a retching sound. I'd rather kiss a bloody mass of phlegm than lay my lips on you. No thanks. Don't thank me. Thank the powers someone actually wants to kiss you. She looks at a loss for something to say. For an instant, a smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. All right, what do you want of me? Questions answered. Fine, whatever, ask. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Try a hive gutter, or perhaps that's just a similar aroma. To be serious, though, Marissa stole it. Marissa, are you sure? No, but I'm hoping you'll go stomping in her room and upset her enough to do something awful to you. I'm trying to find Marissa's veil. Do you know where it might be? She smirks. Up your arse, perhaps. Hells, I don't know. She smooths her back hair, which instantly springs back into a spiky mess. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft, sea-green eyes. Greetings, I am Yves the Tail Chaser. What a coincidence, I too chase tails. Yves continues, unperturbed. Have you come to trade tales? I had some questions. Why are you called the Tail Chaser? Once upon a time, a girl came to an oracle who was rumored to know many things and asked of it a boon. Her life was in need of direction, so she asked this oracle as to what would give her purpose. Now, the oracle was not evil, but it was vague, intended towards drink which caused it to be obscure in many matters of judgment and focus. Its only answer to the girl's question was that within one story that she would hear in her lifetime was the truth that she sought. The girl went off and collected stories which she chases to this day, not knowing which of the thousands hold the truth. Such is the danger of a foolish question and the wisdom of an unspoken one. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might
Updated
be?
my journal.
She shakes her head. Speak with Nenny. She is forever pacing about, observing everything intently. How about Marissa's Crimson Veil? Do you know where it might be? She shakes her head. But Marissa's an interesting tale. Would you like to hear it? Yeah, go ahead. Once upon a time, in a world where heroes, a time of petty, childish gods, there were 3 sisters, cursed with a hideous appearance. They were considered demons by the people of the land and forever shunned. One missed her sisters terribly, yet left that world with its shame behind, but exchanged the pettiness of a pantheon for the pettiness of theft. Pettiness of self. May we trade tales? Eves nod. I would like that very much. Tell her the story of you waking up in the mortuary. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of you waking up in the dustbin mortuary. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. I too will tell the tale of the dustman, chapters of dust. There are chapters in the Dead Book, the massive tome which the dustmen keep that records the passing of all that lives in the eternal boundary. In this book there are chapters that are naught but dust, and it is believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die, but must suffer life eternally until history itself dies and grants them release. Tell her the story of the Alley of Lingering Sighs. She leans forward as you tell the tale. She seems to devour every word. Before I begin, I must ask, do you know what a madron is? Then I shall tell you the tale of the Clock of the Quadrone. Once upon a time, there existed a madron. It was newly created, its logic fresh and untested, and it had come to sigil, following the commands of its modern superiors. It knew of nothing but commands and dictates and obedience, and passing along the orders to its superiors. For you see, madrons are only aware of the commands of their immediate superiors. They have no grasp of a higher authority until this one. One day it came upon a small shop within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was cracked along the edges, and the wheels of its hands broken. The madron immediately set itself to work at getting the parts to fix the broken clock. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filled it oiled the clockwork machinery, and carved new hands from the sparse metal available to it. The newly repaired clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanus, and it comforted it as much anything that may comfort a madron. And what the madron never came to understand was that it truly loved this clock that it had worked on, and for the reasons it could not explain, elected to remain in sigil and be with the clock for the rest of its years. Tell her the story of the Dream Builder. She leans forward as you tell the tale of a man who lost the ability to dream, and commissioned the construction of a device that would allow him to dream once more. And now I have one for you, the Beekeeper's Tale. Alright, another tale to share with you. Reekwind's Curse. Another tale to share with you. Alley of Dangerous Angles. Story of Farad. Another tale to share with you. Story of Ingus. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. That's what fancy the story to tell. Mort, do you have any stories to trade? Me? Why do I have to tell a story? Forget it then. No, I'll do it. I just thought I'd complain a little out of convention. Besides, I love the attention. Fine, go ahead then. Anna, do you have any stories to trade? I'm not good at telling such things, I'm not. She frowns and waves her hands as if trying to swoo away the sea. Don't be asking me for such nonsense now. Please share your story, Anna. Come on already, Finley. You already have one tale you won't want to part with. Dakan, do you have a story to trade? Let's see. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell?
Updated my journal.
What would I know about her? I look like a scholar or something to you. Go ask someone more learned, or Yves should probably have at least one story about her in that pile of tales she carries about her bone box. Oh, and squat on that halberd while you're at it. Okay. Her eyes flash and she smiles. She nods at you. Wait, what do you know of her?
Updated my journal.
Greetings, this woman's voice is deep in sentiments, and my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I am Kessari, so tell me, what might I do for you? Anything more, cries. Do anything you want to me. Kasai laughs heartily, revealing canines long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her head, smiles more. Truly, though, please, what can I do for you? I had some questions. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? No, I don't, she frowns. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me in my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nenny about it. She's everywhere at once and might have seen something. And another question. What about Marissa's Crimson Veil?
Updated my journal.
No, I haven't seen it since the last time she wore it out. But Nenny might have seen something, so try asking her. I'll admit, it's been nice. Marissa won't leave her chamber without the veil, and so we've been spared her foul tongue, leaving us only Kamaxi to deal with. Kesai smirks. That Kamaxi's the worst of the two, though. How so? Marissa's haughty and mean, but Kamaxi, she's bitter, spiteful monster of a woman with a venomous tongue and the demeanor of a Balor. I can't see why anyone would like to speak with her. I sincerely doubt her appearance makes up for that flaying, poisonous mouth of hers, but she receives patrons nonetheless. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, nothing. Are you sure? You seem suddenly upset. She narrows her red eyes at you. Of course I'm sure. Don't ask me of her again. Farewell, then.
How may I help you?
I spoke to 9 of the students as you asked, but I couldn't find the 10th. And you could not find the 10th student? How curious. I think Louise is the 10th student in his own way. She nods. Very well. And your thoughts? I've learned what it means to aspire to be a a sensate, and that it is better to go in search of experience rather than have it come to you. Fall from Grace nods. Very well, I will travel with you if you still desire my company.
In
I do.
knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I
Oh,
have
Mistress High
become
and Mighty will be
stronger.
joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll end this episode here. So thank you very much for joining me on this playthrough of Planescape Torment. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And we'll see you all in the next one.